how to find a contractor that won't wreck your fix and flip. Okay, so maybe I'm being a little bit facetious here by saying that a contractor will wreck your deal. But the truth be told, it happens, and it happens more than you would realize it. You see, a great contractor is worth their weight in gold. I can't tell you how important it is. You'll sleep better at night, you'll have less stress, you will also be more profitable. So how do you find a great contractor to work with so you can do multiple deals moving forward? So one of the things I think is really important to talk about is price versus value. I find a lot of people going for the cheapest contractor, but what they don't realize is in the end, it costs them more money. See, we're looking for value, we're looking for quality, we're looking for price, and we're also looking for speed. You see, if somebody can get the job done faster than somebody else, that's gonna save me money in interest, taxes, insurance, and so much more. So I really don't wanna be going after the cheapest contractor. We're not looking at this as a commodity. The cheapest guy is not gonna do the exact same work as somebody that might be charging a little bit more, so you've gotta know what you're getting and what you're paying for. Now, with that, we also don't want to use what I call TV contractors. A lot of people will call somebody off a TV ad or a billboard, or it used to be the Yellow Pages, or somebody on Google that has a big ad or something like that. Well, those are not the people that you want to go with either, because they have a significant marketing expense so that they can get in front of you, and that marketing expense is passed on to you as the customer. So if they spend millions of dollars a year on advertising, they still have to pay their people, they still have to pay for their trucks, they still need to make a profit. So guess who's paying that $1 million of advertising? Well, the answer is you. So my best contractors are somebody that I have are on the job. I like a guy that's a general contractor that's gonna swing the hammer. I like somebody that's gonna be on the job, maybe has a few other people helping him, 2, 3, 4, 5 other guys, but I don't go after these big contractors, these professional contractors. I find they bring the worst out, and they do not follow instructions like I want them to, and they're typically quite a bit higher priced. So then the question is, like, where are you gonna find these guys? My dirty little secret is, one of the places I find these guys is by looking around at construction and things that are being done. You see, most contractors use subcontractors to actually go do the work for them. They ensure the quality and they put an override on top of them. So if I'm seeing a house being built, if I see a house that's being remodeled, any of those things, I'm literally gonna pull over, I'm gonna talk to the guys and say, hey, I do some construction stuff. You guys are doing a great job with this stucco or whatever they're doing. I was wondering if you'd be interested in some more business. That's a really easy conversation to have. Now, if you don't want to have that conversation, the other place you can go is Home Depot or Lowe's. I prefer Home Depot over Lowe's. You can tell Lowe's kind of goes after more of a female audience. It's more softer tones and those things, where you can see Home Depot is like going after a macho man audience. So I like to go to Home Depot. And so when you're at Home Depot, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for pickup trucks that have a name or something. And I'm not looking for the ones that are $100,000 trucks that are professionally wrapped. What I'm looking for is trucks that have a little magnetic sign on it. I'm looking for trucks that are older. I'm not looking for brand new trucks. And when I see those, I can do one of two things. I can go up and talk to the person, or if you're a little bit scared, what you can do is jot down the phone number and you can call them and say, hey, I'm looking for a good contractor. I saw your truck. I'm wondering if this is something you have some interest in doing. Now, I will tell you, if you are gonna call them, don't tell them that you're sitting in the parking lot watching them walk in or out of Home Depot, because that's just kind of freaky. That's kind of just stalkerish. But you don't have to tell them that. You can just be on the phone and say, hey, I saw your sign on your truck. Got a deal in this area. And one of the best things that you can do is go to the Home Depot that's close to the property that you're actually looking to remodel. So find the closest Home Depot, find the closest Ace Hardware, find the closest whatever, and look for those trucks and make some phone calls and jot those down. Another great way that you can find good contractors is by referrals. By referrals from other landlords, by referrals from other investors, by referrals from other people that have used those. Now, you're not looking for referrals from homeowners. Typically, homeowners are going to use TV contractors are going to pay really high prices. I typically get everything done for about half what somebody would pay for the same quality of workmanship inside their house as I'm going to get, because I'm going directly to the source and I'm avoiding all the middlemen to end up getting that price. Another great source for contractors that is often overlooked is what's called the apartment association. You see, in most states or cities, there's a thing called the apartment or the landlord association. With those apartment and landlord associations, there are contractors that pay a nominal fee to be listed there, or maybe are even listed for free. And what they are able to do is say, hey, I am not going to spend expensive money on advertising. What I'm going to do is pass that discount on to you, but I'm looking for consistent business, because if a contractor works with a landlord, they're going to have business time and time and time again. So they're looking for relationships. They're not looking for making a ton of money on one project. They're looking to make money on every project over time. And that's a great place. Landlord associations or investor associations are great ways that you can actually find some of these good contractors. Another place I really like to find contractors is online classifieds. That could be Facebook, that could be your local television station that may have an online classified if they have any type of service providers. The ones I like to use are ones where they can actually post for free. And if they have some type of comments or they have some type of star reviews, if I can find somewhere that somebody can post for free that has lots of star reviews, that's definitely something I want to go after. But here's what you've got to realize. Finding a good contractor takes time. Finding a good contractor takes effort. But the great news is, once you find a good contractor, you can typically use them time and time again. Now, you don't want to just have one contractor. I always had two good contractors, and they both knew they were competing against each other on every single job, because I wanted them to give me their best price, but I did not want them to sacrifice the quality that I wanted to have done during that rehab process. Now, some of the things that we do is how to break that out, how to do scope of work, how to make sure you know the quality of workmanship. The other thing, if you want to know how good a contractor is, one of the best things you can do is go to a project they have done. I did this with one contractor. I said, hey, I want to see a couple of projects you're currently working on. I walked in, I looked at it, and I'm like, I am never hiring this guy. This quality of workmanship is not where I want it to be. So you can actually see their end result by looking at other projects. You can also see their end result by talking to other customers. It's even better if some of those customers are investors or landlords, because they're going to be able to give you a pretty honest opinion. I also like to know, how busy are they? Like, if the general contractor or contractor can stop everything today to come work on my job, that's probably a bad sign. I also want to know how long they've been a general contractor, if they're currently licensed. Those are things that I want to make sure are happening. One of the first things I do with general contractors is a walkthrough. And with that walkthrough, you put together what's called a scope of work. Based on that scope of work, we're talking about what's going to get done, what's not going to get done, and what quality of workmanship we are going to be doing with each one of those items, so that we are all on the same page. From there, we'll get pricing meeting where we'll talk about prices. He'll get some prices. We'll sit down, we'll go through that. After we have a pricing meeting, then we're gonna go to a services agreement. It talks about how we're gonna work with each other. That services agreement is also gonna say, hey, you know what? If you install something and it breaks in the first 90 days, then you're gonna come back and fix it. That's really great, because when inspections are done, or home inspections for the end buyer, and they find a laundry list of a few things, I just take that laundry list and give it to the general contractor, and he goes and cleans those things up. And typically it's all free of charge, because there's things that were already on the list, which saves me some money. I've put together a video on the 10 commandments for managing a contractor during a rehab. I'm telling you, this is huge. You're gonna wanna watch this. Why contractors are the #1 reason good deals fail, how to pick a great general contractor, how to practically guarantee they won't go over budget and over the deadline. Those are all the things and more you're gonna find out in this 10 commandments for managing contractors video. Check it out. You're going to like it, and make it a very profitable day.